All right, how we doing tonight? Late start, I know. Tonight and tomorrow night both, because 5 days ago when it was time to list this stuff, I guess I was doing holiday stuff with my family, and I must have gotten home late. Yeah, I know. So tonight and tomorrow night both, starting later than normal, but that's all right. We're all good. Gonna look at a little information here before we get started ripping into things tonight. So here's what you need to know from this page. The most important thing is the thank you part, right? Because I do appreciate you bidding and breaking with me, and many of you chat and hang out with me, keep me company. We got our own little breaking family. So I am glad to have you join me tonight, and hopefully we're going to have some good holiday magic come out of our boxes. The other thing on here is feedback. That's just to let you know that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. And I do that so that you don't ever have to wait on me. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. We're now looking at things that we're going to be breaking over the next few days. This is stuff that is already up and running on eBay. So tomorrow night, once again, we're going to be starting at 10:30. So a little later than we normally start. But we're only going to do one break tomorrow night. And it'll be a half case of Bowman Draft Jumbo. And it'll be the start of a new case. On Friday night, we're back to our 10 o'clock time, and we'll open another half case of Contenders basketball. It'll be the back part of the one that we're going to start tonight, and we'll also open a 12-box case of Optic football on Friday night. Saturday will be an 8-box case of Playbook football and another 8-box case of Bowman's Best baseball. On Sunday, we're going to open a Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, and the rest of Bowman Draft baseball that we start on Thursday night will finish on Sunday night. On Monday, New Year's Eve, we're going to start earlier than normal, quite a bit earlier than normal at 7:30 Eastern. We're just going to do a couple of mixers. It'll be a 9-box NBA basketball mixer and a 12-box NFL football mixer. In both cases, you're going to have stuff going back several years all the way up to stuff from this current year. So there'll be quite a bit of info in the listing description for that. If you just look at that and give you a better idea of what's going on. The Tuesday night stuff I don't have listed yet. That's New Year's Day, but we are going to start at 8 o'clock on New Year's Day, and those listings will go up tomorrow night. Meanwhile, I did some 7-day listings, and those are up right now. Those will be on Wednesday the 2nd, and that will be an autographed basketball jersey, another 8-box playbook, and a full 12-box Contenders basketball case. And we're going to start moving as of Wednesday the 2nd. We're going to move our break times up to 9:30. From 10 Eastern, our new normal time will be 9:30, but that'll take effect the 2nd of January. So we're going to run with that for a little while, see how that works. We might switch back to 10 when we get back, when our days are longer. So from this page, here's what you need to know. We have no free shipping breaks tonight. Everything was a paid shipping break. I'm anticipating being able to get it all out the door and on the way to you by Saturday. So if I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. But I do believe I should be able to have it all ready from tonight. No later than Saturday is my anticipation. I don't believe that consolation cards are going to come into play tonight either. I think every team should pull cards of some sort, so I think we're covered there as well. First up tonight is our 8-box case of 2018 Bowman's Best Baseball. It's a full case break. It is break number 3. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Wednesday night, the 26th of December. And of course, you'll find the team names are on the left-hand side. The user ID of the winning bidder is across from each team. Spreadsheet will go up again when we do Contenders basketball. That was Bowman's Best that you just saw there. And if you're here for Contenders basketball and you're kind of trying to gauge how long you think it's going to be, I would say we will be through Bowman's Best somewhere probably in the range of 50 minutes to an hour, something like that. Even though it's a full case, it's not an incredibly card-heavy product. The main thing that takes a while for Bowman's Best is just getting it all out of the packaging. That is the part that takes the longest with this. So I would say, yeah, probably somewhere, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. And then we'll be into contenders basketball. To be on the safe side, if you're going to wander off, I would probably check back at the 45-minute mark just to see kind of how things are coming along. And then I can update you from there if the situation has changed in regard to contenders basketball. And, of course, the last thing, you might have noticed a second ago that your background went out of focus, and I did that on purpose. I set the focus manually rather than using autofocus, and I like to set it so that I can look at the cards, and you can look at the cards, more importantly, up close, as opposed to, having to hold them way back and not being able to see the detail. So that's why that looks the way that it does. Now, while I'm working on getting all this out, you probably notice here we've got 2 mini boxes in each of our master boxes. So we're going to get all those out of here first. Each one of our mini boxes will have 2 autographs in it. So we'll have a total of 4 per master box, 2 per mini. And what else? Of course, we'll go over everything else as we go along through. As always, there's loads of inserts, some numbered, some not. The vast majority of the inserts are going to be refractors, and, we can talk about that when we get into it a little more here once the cards start coming out. So in chat tonight, who is here? We've got Greg and Jay Allen. Jay Allen, you need the Rockies and Bowman. You need the Hornets in basketball, and you didn't find a checklist for contenders. I haven't looked for the checklist for contenders. Did Panini not get it up on their website today yet? Because usually, it should be on the manufacturer's website. Now, sometimes, the other websites that will aggregate that stuff for you, your group break checklists and break ninja and that sort of thing. Sometimes those places don't maybe have their homework done yet because it's around the holidays, but it should have at least been on the Panini website. So I don't know what's going on about that, but Ezekiel, you couldn't find the checklist either, so it sounds like maybe Panini does not have it up there, which is kind of strange, but not unheard of, certainly, especially here around the holidays. It's not an entirely surprising situation, I guess. Jay Allen, you're going to have to hit the bed. I hear you, man. 5 a.m. is super early, and I don't blame you one bit, man. We are definitely later than normal tonight and tomorrow night. So we'll try to work our mojo, try to work the mojo for you and pull something for your teams while you go catch some Z's so that you can be ready to go for work tomorrow. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, Jay Allen, you said that checklist is not up on Panini's website either. So, all right, I guess they must be taking a little holiday themselves. They didn't manage to get their checklist published. So weird. I don't know why they would do that. Although, you know what? Did you guys look under brand Panini or brand Playoff? Because sometimes that stuff will be listed on Panini's drop-down menu as Playoff. So just for the sake of argument, let me check that real quick because I haven't looked it up. Just hang on 1 second since we're talking about it. I'm thinking it might be. Yeah, it's there. It's just under Playoff, guys. So when you're on the Panini website, instead of choosing Panini or Donruss, you choose Playoff as the brand because that's originally where Contenders came from. It was originally a Playoff brand. So then when you are in basketball and you choose Playoff, then the only option it's going to give you is Contenders, and that's where your checklist is. So checklist is actually there. You just probably didn't know where to look for it, which I can't say that I blame you. That's a little bit of a nuanced kind of thing that you have to know where to find that one. All right, so as we go through here, we have a super nice hit as the first one we see. So I'm already feeling very, very, very happy about this case, and I've only seen one card. But look who it is, kids. It is Juan Soto, and it's not just any Juan Soto. It's Juan Soto to 10. for the Nationals. So, you know what, Washington Nationals? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc. That is a fantastic hit for you. That is really awesome. Guys, we're going to see loads of refractors, and they look like this. When you see that pretty little rainbow of colors, that is a refractor. For the most part, we're just going to let those go on by. I'm not going to call them all out unless they are atomic refractors. Those we will call out. Those are not numbered for the most part, but we'll take a look at them anyway. That's the Mets and Noah Syndergaard. And you're expecting 3 or 4 hits and at least 2 for your Hornets. Man, that's leaving me with a lot of work to do, Jay Allen, but I'm going to do my best for you. All right, best performers, we will find lots of that insert, and that also, every one of those we see will be a refractor. Got a little color coming out here for Mr. Benintendi. That's purple parallel, numbered to 250. Wesley, that must be your Juan Soto, right? Because that just kind of made your night. Isn't it nice to not have to sit and be nervous through the rest of the break? And you wonder, is your guy coming out? It's great when he comes out first, isn't it? That's the way I look at it anyway. The Pittsburgh Pirates have Kevin Kramer on board. And Jordan, you said you've got the Indians, the Pirates, and the Rangers. Well, look at that. We found you a Pirate right off the bat, didn't we? This is early indications, and another set that we'll find loads of. Those are inserts, and they all refract, and we'll find plenty of those power producers. They also all refract. So once again, now that we've kind of covered those as they go through the first time, I'm not going to each time, call it out and say refractor and all that. I think you guys have a pretty good handle of what you're looking at there. If there is ever a question about a particular card, or you do have a desire to have me call it out every time, all you need to do is just throw a note there in chat, let me know, and I will happily accommodate that. Tampa Bay Rays, that is Nick Schnell. Otherwise, in the absence of that request, we're going to kind of roll with it just exactly like we talked about. An Aaron Judge atomic refractor for the Yankees. And we have a purple parallel for the White Sox. That is numbered to 250 for Jose Abreu. Jay Allen, I know. I like it that you're optimistic, and we're going to try our best to deliver on your optimism tonight. This is Dustin Fowler to 150, blue parallel for the Oakland A's. And guys and gals, I'm going to give you an apology in advance. Unfortunately, I'm battling a little bit of a sore throat or a cold or whatever this is going to ultimately turn out to be here. So I'm going to apologize in advance for any throat clearing and things like that you may have to hear and deal with. And I may have to end up with some lozenges or something before it's all said and done too. So you may hear that rolling around in a few minutes. But yeah, trying to get through it, but it's definitely trying to give me a little trouble. That is Noah Naylor for the Indians. Oh, this is going to be a nice case. Yeah, we're already off to a fine start. And there's Gleyber Torres, your nice rookie for the Yankees, numbered to 10. That's our second red parallel. This is going to be a case that I think we're going to like. We certainly have, I certainly like what we have seen so far, and we are just getting started. So I feel like we're going to be in the groove tonight, I think. Hi, Mickey. How are you, Mickey? Who have you got in here tonight? Fill us in, Mickey. Give us the 411. Who are you rooting for in Bowman's Best tonight? Meanwhile, we could do this break so much faster if there just was not quite so much packaging. Topps loves to use a lot of packaging. Oh, Mickey, you said Jordan stole your Pirates. Well, you know what the good news is, Mickey? I've got a lot of Bowman's Best. Most of you who know me know that or break with me often. You guys know I'm a Bowman fan myself. I like the prospecting side of collecting. So I always load up on Bowman. And we've probably got, oh, I don't know, 8 or 10 cases of this anyway. And this is probably, what, case number maybe 4 or something. So we got plenty of Bowman. So we'll have lots of time for you along the way, Mickey, to pick up the Pirates somewhere along the path. And for the most part, I mean, the Pirates don't have a ton of hits in here, but they usually, I mean, most of the cases we've opened, we've hit a Pirate here and there. This is Brandon Marsh coming out for the Angels. So one can only hope that we'll continue on that path and find you some Pirates when you do jump in. Early indications, Joe Adell. And that is an atomic refractor on your insert for a little change of pace there. Nice hit for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez. And he's been coming out fairly often, actually. We pulled him, I want to say to 50 out of maybe the last case or case before last. So not in the awfully far past we pulled Yordan Alvarez again. Tampa Bay Rays showing up with Justin Williams. So for those of you that I did not see last night, how was your holiday? How was your Christmas? And is everybody off work this week for the most part? Jordan Groshans, that is atomic refractor for the Blue Jays. This is a Gleyber Torres. This is an insert that we haven't talked about yet, but it is Neophyte Sensations. You can kind of see it printed there next to the team name. And for the most part, those are going to be refractors as well. There's not tons of those in there, but it's your higher profile rookies. And there's, you know, a handful of players that come out on that particular insert. Kansas City Royals and Mr. Brady Singer. So far, so good. Oh, that was a refractor, wasn't it? I'm just trying to stack the refracting stuff in a separate pile so that I can get it prepped after the break. You know, that's handled a little differently than our standard cards most of the time. So if you're wondering why those go in one place and everything else goes in another when I'm sorting, that's the deal. Just sorting the refractors out separately. And also in case somebody wants to go back and look at it, because sometimes that'll happen. You know, somebody will say, hey, I want to go back and see, did I hit this or did I hit that? And that way it makes it a little easier for me to go look it up if I need to, if it's stacked separately. So, Ezekiel, you won one of your fantasy leagues. Nice, man. Very nice. And what did you win? What was your grand prize on the one that you hit on? Oh no, I knew you were talking about fantasy football for sure. As soon as you typed in thanks for the Rogers mojo, I knew where we were on that. Because you were up, needed Rogers. You had Rogers in both your leagues, I think, and you were close to winning both. I'm glad you got at least the one. Fantasy football is tough, man. Like, kudos to you for winning that. I don't have the time. It takes a lot of time commitment to play fantasy football, and I don't have the time to commit to that to do it well. So I just kind of watched that from afar and admire you guys who are good at it. Jordan Adams, the Angels, with a second hit already. They had Brandon Marsh a little bit ago. You've got Jordan Adams coming in behind it. Oh, it was a work league. Okay, well, bragging rights is by far and away the most important part of that. I understand that. I mean, $100 is nice, but yeah, the bragging rights is what you need there. Tampa Bay Rays Atomic Refractor for Austin Meadows. There's a nice little Juan Soto. That, again, is our Neophyte Sensations insert that we looked at a little bit earlier. And Elio Ramos coming out for the San Francisco Giants. Giants are another team in here that don't have a ton of hits, so it's always nice when some of our teams that have not as many options as other teams, it's always nice to see them pull something out. So congratulations to the Giants on your Ramos. Hey, my Cincinnati Reds get a blue Joey Votto numbered to 150. Behind that, oh, see, I told you this was a good case. I mean, when you start out seeing Juan Soto to 10 as your first hit, you know you're on the right path. How about a little Jared Kelenic in the green parallel to 99 for the Mets? Of course, he's been traded, but obviously in this set, he was still a Met. So that's where he heads. Got traded to the Mariners back at the 1st of December. There is an Atomic Refractor for the Indians with Ramirez. Oh, there's a little Shohei. Just, again, these inserts, these best performer inserts. But we pulled Shohei out of another case recently. In fact, we've just been doing really well with Bowman's Best in general. But we kind of always do. That's why I like it. Daniel Lynch, Kansas City Royals. I think, do you guys, this will depend, I guess, on your age. And that's a Shohei refractor as to whether or not you remember this. But do any of you remember B. Arthur? She was like in Maude and the Golden Girls and I don't know, maybe some other stuff. But she was a really tall lady and she had a really deep voice. And that is how I feel like my voice is going tonight. With my kind of sore throat, cold-ish situation. I feel like I sound like B. Arthur tonight. And I can probably get it to straighten up a little bit, but then that would involve a lot of throat clearing and coughing and hacking and such, so maybe I'll just try this little throat lozenge over here and see what that does. Maybe that'll do the trick, perhaps. All right, we'll see what that does for us. Oh, Greg, you remember B. Arthur? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, was Maude a spinoff? I don't really remember if it was or not, but that might have been a spinoff of, like, All in the Family or something. I think there were a bunch of spinoffs from All in the Family. In fact, that might be where the Jeffersons came from, too, but anyway, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. But of course, the Golden Girls was its own thing, and she was in that too. So, if you don't know her from one, you might know her from the other. So, Greg, you said you got a bunch of packages today. What all did you get today? The mailman played Santa for you, maybe. There's Mackenzie Gore and the Padres, an early indications Atomic Refractor. I see a redemption that we're going to wait and flip over at the very end of the break because I'm just evil that way. I save them all up, and we check them all out at the end of the break, and then we go to the Topps checklist and verify them. Pirates with another hit out of here. That one is Escobar. Behind that, we have a little gold, our first gold of the evening. That is to 50. And it's your nice rookie pitcher, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. From right here in good old Lexington, Kentucky is where Walker Buehler is from. So glad to see him doing well. Oh, you got a 5 to 5, a 5 of 5 autograph out of Optic came today. Nice. Yeah, anytime you get that low number stuff, that's always a happy day, isn't it? Trevor Larnach, that is the Minnesota Twins. What did you say is, you typed in goof. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, ma'am. Michael Kopech, that is number 250, the purple parallel for the White Sox. Oh, yeah, I really do like this case. We just need to find Casey Mize and make my night complete. This is the Phillies. It's Alec Bohm. I'm going to say it wrong for probably at least 2 years. Let's just face it. That's how it rolls. I can't get some of these names. I can hear them in my head. I can't spit them out of my mouth. And it happens all the time. And sometimes I never do ever manage to get it right. Sometimes I eventually say it enough that I finally get it right. But oh, Goff. I looked at that and I thought it said goof. I'm so silly. I'm sorry, man. Jared Goff. Oh, what is wrong with me? See, the throat lozenge apparently is causing me to go blind as well. Well, yeah, the Jared Goff to 5 is nice, man. 5 of 5 on that. It's a good hit. Very, very, very nice hit. Robert, contenders will be right after we finish up Bowman's Best, which is probably, I don't know, we've got maybe another 20 minutes or so is my guess. Something like that. And then we'll be rolling right on into some contenders basketball. It just came out today, of course, so everybody's anxious to get in that, myself included. And you know what I did today? I'm so stupid. I intended to get some on the Panini website as well, and I was going to even get some loose boxes so I'd have some I could open myself, because I don't want to bust up cases with stuff, you know, that I'm going to open myself. I had the website up and ready to go and wandered off and started doing something and missed the flipping start of it. Scott Kingery for the Phillies. And by the time it occurred to me, oh yeah, dummy, you wandered off and forgot to sit there and wait for it to go live. By the time it came back, it was sold out. So I was like, well, there you go. There's the luck of it. I just completely forgot. So I won't be opening any personal boxes of that, I don't guess. That is Rafael Devers, Atomic Refractor for the Red Sox. And we have a little Aramis Ademan for the Cubbies. So we don't send our Cubbies home empty-handed tonight. Of course, I got to work on some Rockies there for Jay Allen. He requested some Rockies before he went off to catch some Z's. So we got to try to work a little mojo for him. And I believe we have a few other mojo requests that went through in chat too. We got to work on. Jordan Adams is coming out again for the Angels. This one, though, is on your parallel. It's on the best performers insert. Jordan Adams. So the Angels, while you haven't hit Shohei yet, you have had some nice things come out for the Angels. For the Dodgers, purple parallel to 250. That is Alex Verdugo. That's a Kalinick Power Producers. Casey Mize Best Performers insert. And we have an autograph for Alec Thomas and the Diamondbacks, Arizona. All right, kids, we're getting there. We basically have 3 master boxes left at this point. Because, of course, you know, each master box, too many boxes. So we've basically got 5 master boxes down, 3 to go, including the one that I'm taking out of here, which then again is equivalent to 6 mini boxes. The card collector's here. Hi, guys. He says, hi, guys. What's up? What's up with you, card collector? What's going on in your neck of the woods today? We are opening some Bowman's Best, having a pretty good case so far. And when we finish Bowman's Best, we're going to crack into Contenders Basketball, which is always a good one to look forward to. Of course, Contenders Basketball, they just got back into the rotation last year. They hadn't had Contenders in basketball since, I think, 2012-13 season, until they brought it back in 17-18. Honestly, I was never sure why they took it out of the rotation anyway for basketball. You know, Contenders is such a staple of the entire product line for Panini. I thought it was weird. I feel like something was stuck to the back of that, but I guess there wasn't. The Cleveland Indians. I do believe we had a request for the Cleveland Indians, and there is Noah Naylor. Atomic Refractor Rizzo for the Cubbies. Card collector, I do have that NFL mixer listed. It went up tonight, actually. There's an NBA mixer and an NFL mixer. We're going to bust them both on New Year's Eve. And we're going to start early. We're going to break at 7:30. So most of those auctions are going to end like between 6 and 7. A Power Producers numbered to 50 gold parallel Reese Hoskins for the Phillies. So yeah, I think it ended up being, I think I have 9 boxes in the NBA and 12 in the NFL mixer, and it runs the gamut. I think NFL goes from anywhere from 2013 up to current year 2018, and then in the basketball, when it goes anywhere from 2012 up to current 18-19 stuff. Liberatore, I like that hit for the Tampa Bay Rays. I like that kid, so glad to see that one come out. Power Producers Shohei insert for the Angels. Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve is when we're going to roll through that one. It will be, what is New Year's Eve, guys? It's Monday night? I think Monday night, card collector. And then on Tuesday, we'll break early, too, on New Year's Day. But that, of course, won't be the mixers. We'll probably do regular stuff on there. But I'll work some more mixers in along the way. Here's Villanueva for the Padres. Christian Villanueva. Whoops, that was a refractor. Atomic Justice Sheffield for the Yankees. And there's another Shohei parallel. That is Neophyte Sensations refractor. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know it, or maybe didn't notice it, oh boy, oh, this has been such a good case. Yeah, what I was going to say, 10% eBay bucks on eBay. Make sure you activate your offer. But in the meantime, okay, so we already have Juan Soto to 10 out of here. How about Acuna to 50 for the Braves to set alongside of him? Not to mention Jared Kelenic and some of the other things we have hit. This case has, yeah, this is a Merry Christmas kind of case right here. Because it is firing on all cylinders. So Braves, congratulations. Gold parallel on Ronald Acuna. And we don't even know who our redemption is yet. We've still got a redemption setting upside down there, and that could be something big too. You never know. Yeah, card collector, we have had some really good stuff coming out of this case. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I've been very pleased. I mean, as I said, as soon as I saw that Juan Soto to 10 as the very first card, I'm like, yep, this is going to be a good case. Sometimes you can just get a feel for it, you know? And you kind of have that feeling that it's going to be a good kind of night. And that's where we are with this one. A good kind of night. Ah, Christine, that must be your Acuna for the Braves. Is that right? Is that headed your way? That's a nice hit. Ezekiel, you need some Yankees mojo. All right, well, we'll see what we can do. I don't know who that redemption is, and I can't think right offhand, guys, who's been coming out of here in redemptions. I know we've pulled some, I'm pretty sure, but I can't really think who they are. At least some Shohei is live in the product, because the one we pulled was live in the product. I don't know. He may also have redemptions in here, though. So I think the one we had was on an insert, and it was a sticker. So he may have on card, could be a redemption still yet for him. I'm not certain of that. For the Astros to 99, the green parallel, Justin Verlander. And Jose Siri for my little Cincinnati Reds. How about that? My Reds don't go home empty-handed. There's a nice Andahar. And that, again, is on the Neophyte Sensations insert. Refractor, of course, as all of those inserts are. An Atomic Rizzo Cubbies. On the insert, of course, the best performers insert on that one. Ryan Weathers and the Padres. Ah, a Shohei. Atomic Neophyte Sensations. So at least so far you've had a lot of nice Shohei parallels. So, I mean, that's not for nothing. Some of those parallels will, you know, bring you decent money too. So, Texas Rangers. I believe this might be your only autograph option in here, and that is Cole Winn. Coming out for the Rangers. Rafael Devers Neophyte Sensations went by for the Red Sox. And we have a blue parallel Justice Sheffield to 150 for the Yankees. It managed to split my sleeve there. And now doesn't want to go in that sleeve because that sleeve's got some kind of weird little defective area in it. So, third time's the charm, right? Yeah. So they say, anyway. Oh, see, I told you guys I just needed to find Casey Mize. Oh, this case has been so good. Oh, nice. There is your #1 overall draft pick for the Detroit Tigers, Casey Mize, the case that just keeps on giving. Really very nice stuff coming tonight. Aaron Judge, Power Producers, Atomic Refractor for the Yankees. And there's a nice little Florial Best Performers Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab a drink of water here. I'll be right back. All right, maybe between the water and the throat lozenge, we'll muddle our way through this, hopefully. The card collector, you said maybe an Andahar or a Clint Frazier will show up. Okay, we'll see about that. And you did see the mixer for the NFL. Okay, cool. And yeah, you know, card collector, I do a lot of memorabilia. Most of the time, I do lots of jerseys and autographed, you know, various things, bats and gloves and balls and different sports, helmets and whatnot. And oftentimes I'll do it by a case or a half case. I just don't do as much of it from Thanksgiving until the end of December. I kind of tend to lay off of it a little bit for 2 reasons. One, because there's so many new products coming out, and they come out so quickly, you just almost don't have time to work in anything else except that. And then the second thing is I find you often have people on eBay who are not normally on eBay, you know, and it might be someone's grandparent or something like that, and they're, you know, trying to hit whatever. They're trying to buy like an autographed jersey, not understanding what a break is, and then you find yourself in, you know, bad situations as a result. So I tend to every year kind of slow way down, if not stop entirely, the autograph memorabilia from about Thanksgiving until we get through Christmas. And that's kind of what I did again this past year. But you will find that I have that in there quite frequently. So you'll have plenty of opportunities for baseball bats and autographed gloves and jerseys and helmets and all that jazz. Here's a Yankee for you. It's Anthony Siegler. So I at least found you a Yankee, Ezekiel, here in our last box, which I forgot to say last box mojo, but that is what we need. And Ahmed Rosario tried to jump off my pile there. Does not appear to be any worse for the wear. Of course, he didn't make it all the way down, but nonetheless, if they try to take off on us, I do generally like to give them a once-over. That is numbered to 250. It is the purple parallel of Brian Dozier for the Dodgers. Francisco Lindor, our atomic. Here is Jose Canseco as a Toronto Blue Jay on the best performers insert. And how about that? Connor Scott makes an appearance for the Miami Marlins. So many of our teams that don't have tons of autograph options have managed to hit one tonight. So fairly equitable split amongst teams so far, anyway. Excuse me. All right, what else have we got waiting here in our last box? Was that a refractor? It was, for Mr. Chris Davis. We have an early indications Urias for the Padres on a nice little parallel autograph hit there. Of course, we're going to have one more autograph to find in here, and then a redemption still yet to flip over. Our last out is for the Mariners with Evan White. All right, and that was a Casey Mize refractor for those of you who might care about that sort of thing. I know the base refractors aren't like too exciting, but still. And I stacked Casey Mize with the color. We meant to put him with the autographs. All right, let me get our piles up here that we're going to be recapping from momentarily. Get a little organization going, and then we're going to flip over the redemption. And we're probably going to know where that goes, but nonetheless, I do always go to the checklist and verify it when a checklist is available from the manufacturer, and Topps definitely has one up for this, so we will roll over there and check it out. Okay, it is Bryce, man. We pull Bryce like I should have remembered that. I'm like, I know we've pulled redemptions, so I couldn't remember who it was, but it's always Bryce. It's like always Bryce. Like every time it's Bryce. He's a brewer, I do believe, but we are going to head over here to our Topps website where we will check that out. Let me get it back up because, of course, I had switched over to the Panini one earlier when I was trying to answer that question about where the checklist was on there for you guys. And so I had somehow stupidly closed this one. So let's get it back up. And this is just best of 2018 autograph is what we're looking for. And hopefully there we go. So we should be able to find Bryce right down here in this list. And right there he is as a Milwaukee Brewer, kind of as we expected him to be. But there it is now, all nice and official. And that way everybody can see it on the screen from the official Topps checklist. Make sure that doesn't leave anything hanging out there. All right, our atomic refractors. Let's look through those first. So we've got Blue Jays, Yankees, Angels with Shohei, the Cubbies, the Yankees, the Cubbies, the Red Sox, Padres, Indians, Rays, Blue Jays, Angels, Yankees, and Mets. Our atomic refractors out of this case. Our numbered cards. Of course, remember, purple is to 250. That one is a Dodger. The blues to 150. That one's a Yankee. The green are to 99. An Astro. The gold are to 50. That one is a Philly. There's Dodgers, White Sox, another gold for the Dodgers. Blue to 150 for the Reds. Our 10. Our beautiful numbered to 10. I got to tell you what, this is actually going to be a decent hit for you too, Ezekiel. I know it's not signed, but that Gleyber Torres to 10 is not a bad hit for you either for the Yankees. To 150 for the A's, 250 for the White Sox, and 250 for the Red Sox. Now, taking a look at our autograph hits, we've got a redemption for Bryce and the Brewers. I think we've pulled him in just about every case. If not every one, probably close to every one. The Mariners, Evan White, Urias and the Padres, Connor Scott and the Marlins. The Yankees with Anthony Siegler, the nice Casey Mize for the Detroit Tigers. The Rangers and Cole Winn, Ryan Weathers for the Padres. Jose Siri, and that's also a refractor for the Reds. The really nice Acuna to 50, gold parallel for the Braves. The Padres with Villanueva, the Rays with Liberatore. The Indians, Noah Naylor, also a refractor. The Diamondbacks, Alec Thomas. The best performers, Jordan Adams for the Angels. Aramis Ademan for the Cubbies. For the Phillies, that is Scott Kingery. But we're not done yet. We got a whole other stack over here. Also for the Phillies, there's your nice draft pick, Alec Bohm, whichever. Trevor Larnach for the Twins. Escobar for the Pirates. The Royals with Daniel Lynch to 99. You have Jared Kelenic and the Mets. Good hit. Ramos for the Giants. Jordan Adams again for the Angels. A Brady Singer refractor for the Royals. There's Justin Williams and the Rays. Nice Jordan Alvarez and the Astros, a refractor. Brandon Marsh for the Angels. The Indians with Noah Naylor. The Tampa Bay Rays with Nick Schnell. And there's Kevin Kramer for the Pirates. And we started things off with an incredible Juan Soto refractor, red parallel to 10 for the Nationals. Yeah, so feast your eyes upon that one. That's an excellent, excellent hit. Overall, guys, I'm happy with it. I hope you are too. I think it was quite a good case of Bowman's Best. So we are now getting ready to roll into our Contenders basketball Let me get the information up here for that. We'll take a quick look at it, and then we'll get started on contenders. So once again, everything that we are opening tonight, I'm expecting to be out the door to you no later than Saturday. There's a reasonably good chance that it can be faster than that, but it shouldn't be any later than Saturday. And of course, I do print the labels through eBay, so you should see the shipping notice when those labels are printed. Consolation cards don't really apply. I think every team is going to pull cards. We shouldn't have to worry about that. So this is going to be 6 boxes, which is half a case of 2018-19 Contenders basketball. This also, of course, ended tonight on eBay, the 26th of December. Same format that you've grown accustomed to, where we have team names on the left and the eBay user ID of our winning bidders across from each team on the right-hand side. Now, given that this is the start of a new case, here's what's going to happen. Since we're not opening the whole thing tonight, I'm going to take all 12 boxes out. We will number them. I will number them on the end, and then we'll go over to random.org and use random to determine which 6 we open, which 6 we open tonight versus which 6 we will be opening in the next break. Actually, let's turn them that way. Might be easier. And then we'll let random.org do the heavy lifting to decide for us which ones go to which break. Gives us kind of a double random, if you will. All right. So I'll take you along with me when I go to random, but it's really just exactly what you would think it would be. I just go there and type in 1 through 12, and then whatever the first 6 numbers are that come up after I hit randomize will open those corresponding 6 boxes tonight. So it's a pretty seamless process, but I do like to keep everything as random as possible, and when we're opening partial cases, this is typically what I will do. Okay, so there's all 1 through 12 typed in. We're going to randomize it a single time, and it gives us 7, 1, 10, 2, 3, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 11. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3 is easy. I like that part. And there's 7. And then here's 10 and 11. All right. So there's our 6 for tonight. Let me get the other 6 put back in the case, and then we'll get started. All right. So this is going to be my first shot looking at this too. Of course, you know, obviously it doesn't change. Contenders is a product that doesn't change that much from year to year, but I'm always a little slower the first time I go through it because I'm rubbernecking a little bit myself. I'll admit it, you know. I do. I like to see what I can find in here too. Okay, so of course, rookie season ticket cracked ice numbered to 25. We know that already. There are premium edition golds numbered to 10. Okay, good to know. And then we should find 2 autographs per box. As always, all the panini stuff always says on average. You can see it down there in those little tiny letters. They say that in case they mess up and forget to put an autograph in. It gives them a little CYA. And the other thing that covers is sometimes they replace one of our hits with a points card. And if that were to happen, of course, we would just distribute the points card using random.org at the end of the break. And we will, all the cards will ship. I'm sure somebody's probably wondering that. And guys, that's usually the case with my breaks. Sometimes that will vary, and when it does, there will be a statement that will tell you that in the listing description. And it'll be down around the same area where it talks about the date and time of the break, and then right below it, it says what is being opened. You know, like tonight it would have said 6 boxes, contenders, half case, etc. It would have been right in that area if there's ever anything you need to know, like if something isn't shipping or if something's been broken out into a separate bidding category or that sort of thing. Jordan, you got 5 autographs out of Bowman's Best. Yes, indeed. That was good mojo for you, my friend. I'm glad to hear that. And the card collector, you got your notice that the Eagles is on the way, that your Eagles package is on the way. Good. And you were a little off on what random chose, but you know, not that far off, so that's all right. Mickey, you need the Thunder tonight. Jordan, you need the Jazz and the 76ers. And card collector, you want to see at least 1 cracked ice. All right, well, there's our mojo request for the night, so we'll have to see what we can do to deliver on those. Well, first out, there's one of our hits. And it is, of course, a redemption. It's going to sit over there in our housekeeping area. We'll deal with it at the end of the break. And this is an insert that doesn't appear to be numbered. Again, guys, I'm looking at this the first time right alongside you, so I'm just kind of doing my due diligence to make sure if things are numbered or not as we go through it here the first time. And this one is an optic, which, of course, Panini calls their refractors prisms. I just spent a break calling all the refractors, and I'm probably going to forget and call about half of them refractors tonight. A refractor and a prism is the same thing. Just one company calls it one thing, one calls it another. So regardless of which one I call it tonight, it's the same thing. It's got that coating to give you a handsome little array of rainbow colors. A lottery ticket insert for Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Grizzlies. So that's 3 different inserts we've seen go by so far. And the Wizards, Troy Brown Jr., second autograph out of this box. Our first one, of course, is going to be whatever's on the other side of that redemption that I am so cruelly making you wait for. I know, isn't that awful? Most valuable contenders, Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors. Not numbered, but again, trying to check that stuff out the first time we go through. There's a season ticket, optic prism, Kyle Korver for the Cavaliers. And here's another winning ticket insert. That one was Iguodala for the Warriors. Whoops, I accidentally tried to take Troy Brown Jr. off with the base cards there. No, Troy, you gotta stay there, brother. You gotta be recapped. Greg, you need the Heat. Scuba Steve, you need the Warriors. Stang Lover, Stang Lover needs the T-Wolves. All right. Hall of Fame contenders for the Spurs. Insert for Tim Duncan and the Spurs. Did you see we pulled, Stang Lover, were you on there the other night when we got the Karl Anthony Towns out of, was that last night? I think it was, out of Revolution. That was a sweet hit, I'll tell you that. This little fellow here is numbered. That is to 99. It's a finals ticket for the Pacers and Tyreke Evans. So our first numbered card of the night is Tyreke Evans. Front row seat, Lauri Markkanen. Those don't appear to be numbered either for that insert. And there we go. I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm totally in love with the card design this year for the base cards of contenders. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't like it as much as I like it some years, I don't think. Maybe it's going to grow on me, hopefully. Because you know contenders football is going to be a similar design, which, by the way, they moved the date on that again. You know, it was supposed to be today, the 26th, and then they moved it, I think, to January the 4th. Now they've moved it again to January the 11th, I think, is the new date for Contenders football. And I didn't really realize this until today either, other than Leaf Best of Football, which I stupidly forgot to list again tonight. Oh, man. Well, it comes out on Friday, and I keep forgetting to list the darn thing, so we probably won't be breaking it till next Friday at this rate. But other than that, we don't have any new releases until January the 11th. Can you imagine? That's the longest time I can remember with no new releases. Which, it's good, though, because we got a lot of stuff to break. Bowman Draft and Bowman's Best and Contenders Basketball and Playbook Football and Optic Football and, good grief, something else down there, too. So I'm kind of glad that we're going to have a little bit of a break. That's a Rookie of the Year contender, Michael Porter Jr. and the Nuggets. So I wasn't too sad that it got pushed back, honestly. Lottery ticket, Kevin Knox for the Knicks. Those lottery tickets do not, so far, any of them seem to be numbered. The Kings with Zach Randolph, Optic season ticket. Another redemption. Alrighty. So for anybody who may have watched several breaks of this already today, who's coming out on the redemptions, guys? Stang Lover, you're typically one who's up on that sort of thing. Who have you seen coming out as our redemptions for Contenders so far today? Mickey, you feel like the Thunder is coming? Well, it could be one of those redemptions, but our next live autograph in this product is Anthony Simons for the Portland Trail Blazers. So right now we've got 2 redemptions and then our 2 live autographs. One has gone to the Blazers, the other has gone to the T-Wolves. I'm answering somebody wanted to see a cracked ice. I think that was the card collector. Well, there it is. How about Donovan Mitchell on a season ticket, cracked ice to 25 for the Jazz? Scuba Steve, you think that Jacob Evans is going to be one of the redemptions. Okay, so he's been coming out a lot then, I take it. Who else have you guys seen coming out today, redemption-wise? Usually, by the time you've watched a handful of breaks on, especially something like this, you probably have a really good idea of who the redemption possibilities are. Another Hall of Fame contenders. That one's for the Warriors. Dennis Smith Jr. Optic season ticket, Prism. Optic is what I'm called. I mean, technically, sometimes Panini calls those Optic, and sometimes they call them Optichrome. Whatever you would like to call them, they're, you know, basically the same coating that they use on Optic. Card collector, you said your mojo is fulfilled for the night because you got to see your cracked ice. Well, that's good. Stang Lover, this is the first one of Contenders you've watched. Yeah, me too. I didn't watch any today either. I was trying to get stuff shipped and all that. Mickey, you saw Kevin Durant earlier. Okay, well, that's good. Card collector, you're saying you believe we're going to have a redemption in every single box tonight? Wow, I hope not that many, but I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. But I hope there's not one in every box. That would not be good. Redfish Ron. Yeah, we were talking about that Contenders NFL a minute ago. It was originally due to come out the 26th. It got pushed back, and they moved it to the 4th of January. Now they've moved it again, and it's currently setting at the 11th of January. That's if they don't move it a third time. Card Collector, the retail version of Contenders NFL is already out, yes. But the hobby version is not. So, yes, you can find a retail version actually as of probably like the 12th of December or thereabouts. The retail came out. That is D Rose for the T-Wolves on an optic prism. But the hobby version, I most assure you, is not out yet. Only the retail version, which you can find at like Walmart and Target typically. Beyond that, I don't know. But Walmart and Target usually have it, although they may be sold out by now because it was a couple weeks ago. Marvin Bagley III for the Sacramento Kings. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, Card Collector. I mean, it's sometimes it can get confusing when they put the retail stuff out on a different schedule from the hobby stuff. And usually when the schedule differs, they'll put the hobby stuff out first and the retail stuff out second. But for whatever reason, that's not how they did this one. That is numbered to 135, Paul George for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And we have ourselves Legendary Contenders for the Trailblazers. So we know at least there's no redemption in this box. This one is numbered to 25, no less. It's not a cracked dice, but it's still numbered to 25. So the Blazers with a nice little hit there with Stoudemire. And I think that's the second hit for the Blazers, isn't it? Because didn't they have, I think they did have one already for Simons. To 199, that's a Blake Griffin for the Pistons. For the Charlotte Hornets, Tony Parker. Still so weird, right? That Tony Parker is a Hornet. You know, just forever I'm going to think of Tony Parker as a Spur, but nonetheless, he's a Hornet now, so there you go. Miles Bridges lottery ticket for the Hornets. Oklahoma City Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that insert. Kawhi Leonard winning tickets on this one. And note, Kawhi is a Spur on this one, guys. And that happens sometimes. So on the insert there, he's a Spur. But then on his regular cards and on another insert, he was a Raptor. So that they're always going to go to the team that's on the card. So sometimes you'll have a player in there on two different cards with two different teams noted, and that's the case there. So the Kawhi that has the Spurs on it will go there. The other one we saw earlier that had the Raptors will go there. Hall of Fame contenders, LeBron and the Lakers. And a most valuable contender, LeBron James and the Lakers. Which, by the by, has anybody heard the deal on his injury? Whether or not it was severe? Clyde Drexler winning tickets insert. He was having an MRI today, right? Did anybody happen to hear the results of that by any wild remote chance? Griffin, you said you broke a box and you're disappointed in the product. You're talking about Contenders, that you broke a box of Contenders basketball yourself and you didn't like what you got. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, these kinds of things with the price point that this has, is a perfect example of a product that lends itself well to breaks, you know, because you probably paid $140 or $150 for that box, depending on where you got it. I mean, some places the prices has already gone up to like $175. But depending on if you pre-ordered it, etc., you might have picked it up for somewhere between, you know, $130 and $150. And each box with 2 autographs in it, you know, you got to pull some pretty hefty stuff to cover that as a personal box. You know, so yeah, that is an example of where you take the same $130 to $150 and you can split that up into a lot of different breaks and probably come out a little better. But basketball is always that way, guys. Basketball never has as many autographs as football does. We actually had a big discussion about that last night in the break. But it just has to do with the size of the roster. You know, there's just not that many guys on the team, and the superstar guys charge a fortune to sign things. So then you're left with either retired people that they can get at a little better price or rookies. And of course, if they flooded all the products with a zillion rookie autographs, then it would lower the value of those substantially. So that's why we end up, you know, getting what we get, where you don't have as many autograph hits in basketball as you do in football, and you have more retired people and, you know, that sort of stuff. So the Milwaukee Bucks, and that is Chris Middleton on an optic parallel. So yeah, it's a lot of times easier to do this sort of product. Actually, it's easier to do a lot of basketball as a break as opposed to buying it yourself. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Numbered to 25 for NOLA. You have Jrue Holiday on an insert on his 17 assist game is what was commemorated on that card. Mickey, you're just looking for one autograph for the Thunder. Well, we'll see what we can do for you. Is this to 135? It's Bradley Beal and the Wizards. You would probably be most likely to pull Hamidou Diallo. If we come across your Thunder, that would probably be the one we'd be most likely to find tonight. And this is numbered to 199. It's for the Atlanta Hawks, and it is Kevin Willis. Legendary contenders, of course. So that's a couple of those we've pulled so far. Oh, mercy. Oh, Mavericks. Oh, how happy are you right now? I think you're probably pretty happy. And hang on a second, Mavericks. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead. It's numbered to 199, but that's okay. We're still going to, and it's the up-and-coming insert, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Mavericks, I know you had a healthy buy-in tonight on the Mavericks. I do recall that. So we're just going to go ahead and get that taken care of right now. Okay, so there's your Luka. And straight into its case, up-and-coming insert to 199 for the Dallas Mavericks. So, Mavericks, there's your, I'll put that in with your case. I'll remember, hopefully, remember to put that in with your case. Not that you necessarily need it, but you might want it. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. You said, hang on one second here, you typed in something that I missed. Well, card collector, you said football has starters, backups, second backups, etc. I mean, yeah, well, you just have a larger roster, you know, obviously, yes. Football has a lot more players per team than certainly you have in basketball. So, and of course, baseball as well. And then you've got the whole farm system of baseball that you can rely on in addition to your current rosters. So yes, in general, there's just fewer basketball players to pull from. And your superstars are going to charge a fortune to sign, so that makes a difference in there too. Scuba Steve, you're breaking for your nephew and you're not into hoops too much. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I like basketball, so I kind of enjoy breaking it. I like basketball, so I mean, I like football too, but Clippers, Lou Williams, and baseball. I only break the stuff I like. That's why I don't break hockey. I don't really watch it. I don't really like it, so don't break it. So, yeah, there you go. Ultima OJ Mayo says thank you. That must be your Doncic that we saw a minute ago. I'm assuming, right? To 199, Rudy Gobert and the Jazz. Yeah, whenever you take a leap of faith, which you definitely do when you buy the Mavericks in here, I'm always happy if I can reward you on that. Lottery ticket insert for Mo Bamba and the Magic. Because I know that the Dallas Mavericks do not come cheap. So, glad when we can pull one out for you. Griffin, you got an... Oh, hey, listen, if you pulled an Embiid autograph number to 25, I mean, that's probably... What, guys? Embiid to 25? That's probably $75 or something, I would think. I mean, that's not nothing. If you pulled that, that's out of contenders. That's probably paid for half your box anyway. You could have done a lot worse than that. And you are right, Scuba Steve. Doncic is a stud, as you say. Absolutely love that kid. I mean, I said before the draft, I thought he should go #1 overall. I still think he should have gone #1 overall. Not that I don't like DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley and everybody else, but, I mean, he was the best player in the draft. All you had to do is watch any of his film from overseas. I mean, he was playing with grown men. He's a young guy, and he was just going to town. I mean, you could watch him play and know he was going to just tear it up. I was shocked that he went as far down as he did. If he didn't go #1, I thought he'd go #2. I was really surprised when he didn't, but anyway, it worked out well for the Mavericks, so that's how that goes. Griffin, you think that is you think that that Embiid's not worth 75? I don't know. I kind of think it will be numbered to 25. Maybe not. Maybe I'm off there, but I would expect it to be reasonable ROI on that one. Embiid's not one you really pull super often. Tobias Harris and the Clippers to 135. And definitely, I mean, Embiid's a guy who's going to hold his value. I don't think you have to worry about that. This is Jeremy Lin for the Hawks to 199. A printing plate. We got ourselves a little 1-of-1 printing plate. Looks like it's for the Milwaukee Bucks. And, of course, now, if you don't know this already, these printing plates really are used in the manufacturing of the card. That's why you'll find scratches and occasionally bends and pitting or dents and dings and all kinds of interesting stuff on these. That's because they are actually used to print the product. But you know what? If you have the Milwaukee Bucks, do you really care if it's got a few scratches on it? I don't think so, because you have a 1-of-1 Dante DiVincenzo autograph to add to your collection. So, Milwaukee Bucks, congratulations on that. We got a printing plate, and it was signed. I like that plan. Legendary Contenders to 199. This one is out for the Phoenix Suns. Ezekiel, you've got the Bucks tonight. Okay, well, then you're happy. That officially made you happy, didn't it? It would make me happy, too. I like one of ones. That was Boogie Cousins for Nola on that insert. There's a Kyle Kuzma optic prism for the Lakers. And who else have we got here? A Kevin Knox optic prism for the Knicks. Oh, card collector, you've not seen an autograph printing plate come out before? Yeah, definitely. There's always printing plates that are autograph parallels. Sometimes they're sticker autos, but that one was actually signed on the printing plate itself, so that's a little more unusual. Typically, when you have the autographs on the printing plates, they tend to be stickers, so I was glad to see that that one was on card. So that was a nice little bonus there for Ezekiel if he had the Bucks tonight, and I think he did. Seems like he did. And we have Kevin Durant optic prism parallel for the Warriors. You know, I would say last box mojo because it's coming up here in a minute, but I gotta tell you what, we've already had some really good mojo. I mean, we've pulled Bagley, we've pulled Doncic, we've had a one-of-one printing plate. We don't know who's on our two redemptions, and we've already been kind of doing well tonight with contenders. And of course, we did very well with Bowman's Best, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it and say Santa had a hand in these boxes, right? Santa delivered this to us, I think. So, we, of course, will do the back half of this in a couple of days. And then after that, we'll do a full 12-box case. And then beyond that, I don't know if I'll do the next break. So, we'll do another half case, which will be the rest of the one we started here tonight. Then we'll do a 12-box full case. Then after that, I don't know if we'll go back to half or if we'll stay full. We'll have to see how that goes. You are right indeed, Staying Lover. It is last box mojo time. And you specifically need some T-Wolves mojo, huh? All right. Well, let's see if we can't manage to answer that for you. Card collector, you're looking for a one-of-one, another one-of-one, or another cracked ice. Dang, man, you're putting the word on me. I'm having to seriously work it tonight to try to hit that. That's a pretty specific one too. However, we do have a nice little die cut here for Anthony Davis and the Pelicans, a Superstars die cut. So that's kind of cool. And it's not going to be as much fun to get in the sleeve, I bet. No, that one little piece doesn't want to go in there. All right, let's try plan B. Because that didn't really want to cooperate. So we're going to try a thicker, bigger sleeve. And it's still getting, good grief. Okay, there we go, Anthony Davis. Good grief. Yeah, I always hate trying to get those in a sleeve because one of those little arms always tries to hang on over there and not go where it should go. They're cool to look at. They're a pain in the rear to get in the sleeve. That's the moral of the story. That's a Hornets Hall of Fame contender, Tony Parker. Well, here is another cracked ice. How about that? Card collector, I guess you're just calling it all over the place tonight. That is a winning ticket, cracked ice to 25. It's Richard Hamilton and the Pistons. So see, the card collector should have bought into this break because he's just over there kind of, you know, directing traffic, and we're pulling some very nice stuff. Another Marvin Bagley. Wow. Kings, you already have one. How about a bookend? Really nice, huh? Yeah. Do you think that that means that in one of those boxes that's still waiting for us in the back half of the case, you think we'll have a second Luka in there? Wouldn't that be something? 2 Marvin Bagleys? Maybe there's 2 Lukas. That would be worth the price of admission, I would think. So, pretty sweet. A little deal right there. All right, this is Jaylen Brown, Optic Prism Parallel for the Celtics. That's right. You are calling the shots tonight, and they're just falling the way you're calling them, card collector. You're running the show tonight, aren't you? This is for the Wizards to 199, Bradley Beal. That is Boogie Cousins as a Warrior. Optic Prism Parallel. You think one of the redemptions is a Luka? I mean, it could be. I don't know. As I said, he may have redemptions in here as on card. I don't know if he does or not. Clearly, the up and coming was a sticker auto, but his regular contenders card, I don't know if it's on card or sticker. I think it could probably be either way, actually. Bill Cartwright, that's to 199. Legendary contenders for the Bulls. For the 76ers, there is Joel Embiid. That is to 99. With your finals ticket. Parallel. And another Hall of Fame contenders for the Spurs. That's Tim Duncan again. And that is that. But, you know what? We still have some redemptions to flip over. Those are autographs that we'll be recapping momentarily. And our numbered cards that we're going to be recapping momentarily. But first, we've got to get about the business of looking at these. Now, we're probably going to know where these go, but nonetheless, we'll go to the Panini website and view the checklist and verify them each after we flip them over. We have Robert Williams III, Rookie Variation Season Ticket. And Robert Williams is a Knick, I think. Wouldn't swear to that, but I think he's the Knicks. And then Vincent Edwards, Rookie Season Ticket. And I don't remember Vincent Edwards, like, at all. So we were going to have to go, we would have had to go there anyway for me to look at Vincent Edwards. But we do it anyway. That's kind of how we roll. So let me make sure I've got you with me. I do. We're both in the same spot. And what did I? Oh no. So where is our full checklist? Oh, they really didn't put it, did they? In playoff contenders. That's where it should be, and it's not. Oh, bad Panini. Shame on you, Panini. All right. Well, then we're gonna have to go to Plan B, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We're going to go to NBA.com, and I know I'm typing it in the search bar, and I know I'm not typing it in the address bar, but just trust me. It's going to take me where I want to go. All right, so there's Robert Williams. He's a Celtic. So see, I blew Robert Williams. I said he was a Knick. He's not a Knick. He's a Celtic, because right there it tells us on NBA.com, and that's the part that matters, what NBA.com tells us. Vincent Edwards is going to be coming up next, and we're just going to go back and switch one little thing right here and check him out. I find that this loads faster than when I actually try to go to NBA and type it in, like NBA.com, and then type in the player name. Seems like it takes me forever. This seems a whole lot faster. All right, so here he is, but why doesn't it give us a team? Oh, it does give us a team. See, oh, stop giving me that. He's a Rocket, right? Yeah, Houston Rockets. Okay, so Vincent Edwards, the Rockets right there. You can see the little symbol above his name. So, stop giving me those messages. Okay, so let's get us all back where we need to be here. And we can recap this fun stuff. All right, guys and gals, kids, let's recap. Our numbered cards first. The 76ers to 99. That is to 199 for the Wizards. Cracked ice to 25 for the Pistons. The die cut Anthony Davis Superstars for the Pelicans. The Atlanta Hawks to 199. To 135, that's the Clippers. To 199, the Jazz. To 135, the Wizards. There's a cracked ice to 25 for the Pelicans, Jrue Holiday. This is to 199 Pistons, 135 the Thunder. Numbered to 25, you've got a little cracked ice, Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. And then we have a finals ticket numbered to 99 for the Pacers. And that is Tyreke Evans. For our autograph hits, for the Rockets, Vincent Edwards. And of course we couldn't get to our checklist on the Panini website, so we went to NBA.com, our backup source, and verified the Rockets. And ditto, Robert Williams III was also verified NBA.com. Celtics, took you guys along with me for that, so I think everybody saw that without any problem. To 199, you have a legendary contenders for the Bulls. Bill Cartwright. Marvin Bagley, Sacramento Kings. That's one of 2 Bagleys that came out. Pretty impressive. To 199, legendary contenders for the Suns. There is a 1/1 hard-signed printing plate, Dante DiVincenzo and the Bucks. Legendary contenders to 199 for the Atlanta Hawks. Legendary contenders to 25 for the Trailblazers with Stoudemire. And there's your other Marvin Bagley. I want to see something. One of these is obviously the variation, because clearly they are different. So one of them is your variation, but there are your 2 Marvin Bagleys side by side for the Sacramento Kings. Anthony Simons and the Portland Trailblazers, and Troy Brown Jr. for the Wizards. And the star of the show tonight is Luka. So he came on an insert, up and coming, but it is numbered to 199, Dallas Mavericks, hit with Luka. So that is contenders for tonight, guys and gals. And that's actually all of our break for tonight, too. But I am going to put up the spreadsheet information one final time. For anybody who might be interested, we can take a look at when we're going to break the second half of this case. And we'll look at a few other little things like shipping information and such, too, for anybody who might have joined late and missed it earlier. So tomorrow night, once again, we're starting later than normal. We will start at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. We're going to break 4 boxes of Bowman Draft Baseball Jumbo. It's a half case break, and it is going to be the start of a new case. On Friday night, we're going to break the other 6 boxes from this case that we started tonight. So Contenders Basketball again on Friday night, along with a 12-box case of Optic Football. On Saturday, we'll do a little Playbook Football, another 8-box case of that, and another 8-box case of Bowman's Best Baseball. On Sunday, we'll do Gold Rush Autograph Baseball jersey and the back half of Bowman Draft Baseball that we start on Thursday night. We'll finish that case on Sunday night. On Monday night, which is New Year's Eve, of course, we are going to break New Year's Eve, but we're going to start early at 7:30 Eastern, which is 4:30 Pacific. And both of those are mixers. We'll do a 9-box NBA basketball mixer with boxes from all the way back from 2012-13 season all the way up through our current 18-19 season. We'll do a 12-box NFL football mixer. We'll go all the way back as far as 2013 will come all the way forward to things from current year 2018. The stuff for New Year's Day will actually get listed tomorrow night on a 5-day listing, so it's not up yet, so we'll go over that tomorrow night, but I can tell you we're going to start at 8 o'clock on New Year's Day. We'll start early again. Then on Wednesday the 2nd, that stuff is already up because I did it on a 7-day listing. I know, right? And we are going to move to a 9:30 p.m. Eastern start time as our regular start time beginning Wednesday the 2nd of January. We'll probably stick with that 9:30 start time at least until probably the time kids get out of school, stuff like that. We might move it back to 10 for, late spring, early summer, and like that. But for now, that's what we're looking at. Next up, our shipping information. Everything we open tonight, I'm anticipating should be out the door to you no later than Saturday, possibly sooner, hopefully sooner, but shouldn't be any later than that. And that, I believe, has got it covered for me tonight. So thanks, everyone, for spending part of your evening with me. I hope you're having a terrific holiday weekend, or week, rather. And I will be back at it tomorrow night. Maybe I'll see you then, or if not then, sometime soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.